Hey, it's Onesto, and I love it when a plugin makes complex sound design really easy to do. And recently, I came across a plugin just like this when Lunacy Audio asked me to check out their flagship product, Cube. I was so impressed with it that I wanted to share 4 of my favorite ways to use it with you. And right now, Lunacy Audio, they have a really big sale on Cube, all the preset packs, and even the everything bundle, so click the link in the description to check that out. Cube is a unique plugin, so give me a quick second to describe what is going on. In this diagram, you'll see in each corner, it's labeled with the letter A through H. And these letters correspond to the A samples here, also labeled A through H. So sample A is assigned to corner A, sample B to corner B, and so on. Okay, so how are these samples triggered? Let's take a look at the orbit tab. Right now, this orb is centerish, so all the samples will play at the same level at the same time. But if I click Enable Orbit, the orb is now moving all around, and the closer it gets to a corner, the louder that corresponding sample will get, and the farther away from a corner, quieter that will get. You can also apply modulation and effects, but this is the main idea behind Cube. If that still needs to sink in, I got you my first tip, getting the most from your presets. Cube is a complex instrument, and it might seem like I love to tinker with plugins all day. I really don't. I hate tinkering. I have a 10-month-old kid and I barely have enough time to shower most days, so my life depends on presets and templates. Fortunately, Cube, they have a bunch of great preset packs that covers a lot of sonic territory. You have ARPs, you have percussion, leads, and of course, lots of atmospheric textures. Oh, and by the way, the presets I just played are a part of Cube Pro's free bonus packs. So if you're a Cube Pro user, you'll get these bonus packs released a few times a year as a thank you for using the product. There also are more robust preset packs that you can purchase, like this new one called Canopies, which was recorded and designed by music god Ben Jordan. Here are a few of my favorite presets. And whenever I select a preset, there's 3 controls I always mess with. The first is the ether slider here assigned to the mod wheel. Next, I'll try speeding up and slowing the orbit speed. And then I also adjust the macro knob here just to hear what it does. And if I really like what's happening, I'll go to the presets page and check out the notes section to give me a better idea of what's going on. Presets are a great starting point, but there's still a lot of room for experimentation. And that brings us to our next tip, which is uploading your own samples. I love it when plugins let you upload your own samples because it makes a preset more and more unique. But it's always a double-edged sword because, yeah, it opens up the possibilities, but it can also feel like there's one more thing you have to learn and figure out. I hate that feeling, so here's my simple and effective approach when uploading custom samples inside of Cube. First, find a preset that you're really into. Then go over to the Sounds tab, solo each sample, and find one that you wish were different. For example, I want to replace this sample here. But here's the trick. Instead of just throwing in any random sample, I take a moment to just analyze the sample. I try to figure out like what's the purpose of it, and I want to replace it with something with a similar purpose but a different sound. That's it. Not mind-blowing, but it's still something I need to remind myself. In my case, this sample, it fills out the low end of the preset. It's a loop, it sustains, but I think it's too busy, and instead of this mandolin type of sound, I want to throw in something simpler and more airy, maybe something like a flute. So let's replace the sample. To do that, I will click the sample name and then click the User Samples tab. You'll find all the previous samples that you uploaded in here, but if you want to add a new one, make sure you click the Open User folder and then drag your new sample into that folder. I found a great sample from Splice that I'll drop in here. And now we're going to go back to Cube. We're going to click refresh at the bottom and select that new sample. I'll make sure my root note matches the sample, and there you go. Okay, here's another way to make your presets more unique. It's using the randomization feature. This one's pretty quick, but I wanted to show you how I use randomization to find those happy accidents. Next to the preset are 3 parameters that you can randomize. You have the sound, the orbit, and effects. I usually avoid clicking the randomize sound button. I find it too random, so what I do instead is click the sounds tab, and I will randomize an individual sample using the same approach that we had from the previous tip. For example, I want to replace this one here. So I'll click randomize sound until I find a sample that I like. And yeah, that's a lot better. The other thing I like to randomize is the orbit. So we'll go to the orbit tab, we'll click randomize orbit, and we'll see what we get. And to get even more randomization, I'll go to the rotation panel here and just tweak the X, Y, and Z settings. And yeah, see, we just made another unique preset in a couple of minutes by using randomization. Okay, this last tip is something I've been having a lot of fun with, is pairing Cube with granular synthesis. Cube makes it really easy to get these evolving textures and atmospheres, so it makes sense why it combos so well with the granular synthesizer. Many DAWs have a stock version of that, but I'm going to be using a Quanta 2 right here. And this is what you do. Start off with finding a Cube preset that has a nice sustained texture. ARPs also work really well too, by the way. Then hold out a C octave. We'll keep it really simple for this example. Then we're going to bounce and export that audio so you can upload it into your granular synthesizer. Then adjust your granular synth settings to however you see fit, and you'll get something like this. Now let's add some chorus, delay, and reverb to really spruce it up. And yep, there you go. So you start off with this, and you end up with this. And honestly, it was really easy to make. So I hope these 4 tips gave you lots of ideas for using Cube. If you want to learn more about plugins, please subscribe to the channel. Thank you so much for watching. Later.